episode 2 of 4. Mm-hmm. I was hooked before. Now I am... Oh man, it's a dream come true. This is bringing the Resident Evil lore back to where it should be. We're going to dive into it. First, before we get into the nitty-gritty of the lore, there's going to be spoilers. So if you haven't had a chance to play episode 2 and you are a big fan of the story, then I would go finish it first and then watch this. Cause,
we're going to spoil everything.
We're going to spoil it. We're gonna dive deep into Resident Evil. We don't have much time though, so let's go.
Go.
So again, you start as Claire and Moira. And from the cliffhanger of episode 1, we realized that this is 6 months before Barry.
Right.
So we met up with some other survivors. We saw the big Silent Hill tower in the distance.
Yeah.
And it was pretty much more of the same.
Yeah, it was.
Was playing as Moira different at all?
No.
So same thing, yeah. Same.
Felt exactly the same.
Claire, same thing. But the boss was fantastic. It reminded me of like a Dark Souls boss, honestly.
What?
The guy's because you're just in this enclosed area. He's shooting fire at you. You have to deal with like all these ads. Going in and getting the stealth kills before just kind of evened the odds. And it was just a really cool boss fight. Like all the fire effects everywhere.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I didn't really get to do anything in it.
That's true. You were just going around.
I'm like, oh, here's ammo.
Collecting ammo.
Yeah.
The donkey. So then part 2, Barry and Moira.
Nope.
Barry and Natalia.
Yep.
Natalia seemed a lot more useful.
I wouldn't say a lot more, but more useful. Because, dude, she wasn't really that useful in part 1 at all.
Yeah, at all. You were. I was dragging you along.
She was tacked on, big time.
But from my perspective, because saying in part 1, Natalia was worthless. Didn't need you at all. Didn't even care. Wasn't even thinking about you, really.
Yeah, I was just there watching. I was the camera.
But now I absolutely relied on you. I needed you by my side because there are invisible one-hit kill enemies that move really, really slow. But the cool thing is when you're in the near proximity, this like poisonous gas is messing with your screen. It's extremely disorienting. Something I wanted to bring up. I really enjoy playing local co-op with you. It's a blast. But I feel like that mechanic would be so incredible online because while you're the only one that can see the outline of the invisible enemies, I was like looking on your screen and then back up to mine trying to line it up. If I couldn't see your screen at all and just had to go by where you're pointing,
I agree.
That would have been, it was already frightening. It would have been.
Yeah, it would have been much better if they did that. Let's talk about the boss fight though, where I was actually relevant in that fight.
Yeah,
also.
You were pointing out the weak points, and when you point out the weak points, I have to attack that specific weak point.
And you can. That's like the only way to kill them. There's those specific weak points.
And even the enemies throughout, the morphing dudes. She just felt really useful, and I thought I really had to rely on you.
Yeah,
for
more
co-op
definitely this
as
time.
Barry. Yeah, I have a ton of weapons, but needed you.
Yeah.
So then we get to the beautiful ending of this. So we reach the Silent Hill Tower. I'm just going to keep calling it the Silent
that's
Hill
what
Tower.
it is.
And we see a picture of Albert and Alex Wesker.
I want everyone to know when this happened in the game, Mike just stood up immediately out of his chair, not saying a word.
So Resident Evil 6, as we know, I don't want to talk about it because it makes me salty. Resident Evil 6 completely effed up what is otherwise, to me, a beautiful decade-long, more than a decade-long, continual storyline. I've been so invested since the very beginning of Resident Evil. And yeah, there's some plot holes here and there, but it mostly all adds up. 4 had Wesker and Ada.
But it's just like, yo, Umbrella's gone.
Umbrella's gone, yeah, but the Wesker and Ada tie-in, separate ways, all that was fantastic. But now we learn, with Albert Wesker dead, the main catalyst of this entire franchise, I was worried. It's like, where are they going to go? You're never going to have that villain again, you know? Resident Evil 6 had Simmons. I don't know how many times we've made fun of this.
Who is Simmons?
Generic Simmons character single-handedly ruined an already horrible game. But
single-handedly?
I don't want to get into 6. I'm salty. But so the way that they tied this in is beautiful, because in Resident Evil 5 we learn about Project W, which is Project Wesker. And Oswald Spencer has all of his Wesker children. Okay, the leader of this project was a man named Wesker, not Albert Wesker, but everyone adopted that name. And his whole vision was to create a world of perfect humans. You know, he felt like humanity was being held back by weak people. He wanted to exterminate them all. And that's basically where his obsession with the virus came in, and he was doing a lot of experiments. I mean, you go all the way back to the Spencer Mansion, just all of this retroactively making the Spencer Mansion more important and epic. So the Wesker children, and in the DLC even, Lost in Nightmares, we learn about Alex Wesker basically searching for a cure for immortality. And her whereabouts have been unknown. She was not mentioned in 6. A lot of people thought, you know, we didn't even know it was a female. We thought a Wesker could show up in 6 and never happened. Yeah. So now, going back, and we're going to learn about it more. That was the end of episode 2. As a fan of the story and the lore, I could not be more pumped up to finish this. What did you think?
I thought it was a lot better than the first one, actually.
Yeah. Are you stoked about this Alex Wesker character?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I've played all the Resident Evils. Yeah. I'm way down with it.
Yeah.
It's going in a good direction. Like when we were playing 6, we're just like, where's this going?
Yeah.
Where's this going?
Yeah, 6 just felt aimless. This feels like it's so tied to all the Resident Evils. They've made so many references, Ouroboros, Kajujus, all of that. The connection is there. It just never really felt that was 6. And even Revelations 1, it felt so distant. This feels like a natural, direct sequel to Resident Evil 5, and I could not be happier. Yeah. Resident Evil Revelations Episode 2, must play.
It's a must play.
So pumped for Episode 3. Can't wait.